Hello, my name's Jared.
And I'm Leon.
And welcome to Disney Out Loud. Today we'll be talking about Season 1, Episode 17, the finale of A Million Little Things, Goodbye.
So let's talk about this four main little threads going through this. Let's start off with one of them being Rome.
Oh, Rome.
Poor Rome. I think Rome is setting up for the destruction of his marriage. He's pushing so hard to have this child, a child, that you can just see it's completely pushing away.
Yeah, Regina. Yeah. I applaud, and what I personally liked, I applaud Regina for sticking to her opinion of, I don't want a baby. Just, it's not good. I'm at the hospital all the time. Restaurant. Sorry, I meant restaurant. All the time. And yes.
I don't understand it so much of why he has this. Maybe it's something, I don't know if it's something to do just with this normal want to have a kid, or if it's something tied in with this depression that he wants to have something else in his life to fill that, maybe he feels like to fill that hole that he has with his depression. I don't understand maybe the reasoning behind it so far yet. But for me, it's just a little off-putting to see him being so forward with Regina saying, we talked about before we got married, we weren't going to have kids. He's like, yeah, but I want them now. Well, this is the reason why we shouldn't have kids. Yeah, but I want them now. And it just seems like he keeps pushing it, and that's kind of off-putting to me to see him so forward and wanting this. And I can totally see, especially at the end in the hospital, that Regina's just going to say, if this is something you want, and this is something I really don't want, we're going to have to make changes or go different ways.
Yeah.
So we'll see next season what they do with that.
That's definitely going to be a big plot point in Season 2. Mm-hmm. Okay, so switching gears to some good news. Maggie's cancer cleared. Her cancer's cleared.
She is in remission.
Yes. Yay. Woo, she's alive.
I was always on the fence. I was kind of worried that they're going to pull something, especially in the finale of things aren't so good and it's actually bad news.
Positivity, folks.
Positivity won out and everything's great. We have some great scenes between Maggie and Gary, and then back at him moving her stuff into the apartment and unpacking. And we were talking earlier about finding the record, the REM record.
Yes.
And just her Shiny Happy People, how she used to play that as when she was at her low, and that was something to try to keep her positive. And now it's something that she has this whole life in front of her, that she can actually unpack things and start her life anew. So,
there's also the graveyards. Yeah, because there's a point
Gary in the graveyard,
where Maggie starts to say, after we find some news about John, which we'll get to in a couple minutes, she tells Gary that she worries that some of the ways he loves her is because of John.
Not being able to save John.
There you go.
Yeah.
My brain was...
he's kind of got that same point where saying, you're only with me, you're only, part of your love for me might be you're trying to save me because you couldn't save John.
Yeah.
But I think that Gary got his own emotions. I think maybe at the beginning.
I think going to the graveyard and just him saying goodbye. One, great acting. And two, it kind of was saying goodbye. I have to live my life with Maggie now. And kind of hopefully laid to rest. But I don't know what's going to happen in Season 2. We don't know.
It's always a chance something might come. You never bury the past completely.
Yeah.
Then our third point we have going through is
Eddie
not a favorite of mine, but...
Eddie and Catherine. They start off being like, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to tell Theo, we're going to come as a united front. Then talking happens, and pretty soon they're making out in the kitchen.
I don't like this couple together. I think that after the groundwork put in the beginning of the season between Delilah and Eddie, just go over, I'm not so invested in the two of them. And I mean, Gary has that scene also where he says, I'm happy for you, I want you to be happy, but do you honestly think this is going to work out? And I mean, it's not like all their problems that they had before when he started cheating has gone away. I mean, she's less at work, and that's true. She goes home, which she had that great scene
with Hunter.
With Hunter, that's right. I completely forgot about that scene where he goes up and he's just a jerk to her, like, oh, you know,
where did that come
from? You want to clear the air, but it's impacting your work, and she just kind of lays it on him, like, yeah, you know, you weren't even the second, maybe you're the third choice, and the only reason you got this is because I turned it down. I love that scene. That scene was great. Catherine did an awesome job. The actress who played her as well did a great job in that scene. So I really enjoyed her kind of putting Hunter in this place. But I think that Catherine could do better than Eddie.
Yeah, I think it's a testament to the writer's fault. I felt the second half of season 1 was forgetful of Delilah and Eddie ever having, like, I felt like the second half was all of getting, like, the writers really wanting Catherine and Eddie back together so bad
that they pushed it and pushed it. Yeah, I agree.
And I feel like Catherine's just so happy, you know, because she's making dinner and she looks in the mirror and she's nice and she's getting ready for pizza. And then in our cliffhanger until season 2, kind of, Eddie calls her outside and says, I want to make this happen, basically, but I need to tell you one more thing.
And I think that one thing is going to kind of break it. I don't know if Catherine can forgive the constant reminder of having a baby there. That's John's.
Yeah, that's Eddie's and Delilah's.
Oh, sorry, Eddie's and Delilah's.
Because now he kind of has to be with Delilah, you know, like, because, well, not like has to be, but like that's part of him. His genetics are in that baby, you know.
But the thing is, though, as soon as he tells Catherine, it's going to get out to everyone eventually.
Yeah.
Because the secret, the more people know the secret, the more people are going to hear. And that's just going to ruin, because the kids don't know yet about Delilah, their mom having an affair.
Yeah, they don't.
That now this half-step brother that they thought it was for. That was nice. Sophie also had that great line where she says, you know, when this baby comes, we'll be back to being a family of 4.
Yes.
And so I really like that line, and it's true, there's going to be the family of 4 again, but this new baby.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm interested to see the casting, who they cast for the baby.
I know.
That'll be big for season 2.
Yeah.
And then the meat and potatoes of our story is finally resolved about Barbara, Morgan, and John's past.
I think you should take this one.
So, we learned during this episode, John in the apartment in the past, we have Barbara Morgan, who was friends with John, and also John had a friend named Peter? I'm going to go for Peter from now, because I haven't seen the episode again, so I have to go back. But for now, we're calling him Peter. And how John and Peter were great friends, and John had a trip he had to go on to, and he invited Peter along, with nothing to do with this trip. And we had this great sort of misdirection where we're also getting the flashback between John and the guys going on a trip to the Stanley Cup Game 7. And they're all at the airport. They missed their flight because Chicago. Don't ever fly to Chicago. And they go over and they're playing this sort of game there at the airport. And then we get mixed in the scene of John getting a bottle of wine and going to the gate, and the gate's closed. And he calls up who we think are the guys. It turns out it's Peter who's on the plane, and the plane is September 11th going to Los Angeles, and it actually is the ones that go and is used in the attack. And so John has been holding on to that pain that it was his choice of asking his friend to come through, him missing the flight that he should have been on that would have killed him as well, and it is his fault that his friend died. And Barbara was Peter's girlfriend at the time, who was also pregnant with Peter's baby. And so we get the backstory of why she's left the money is John meets her 2 months later. She's already showing her pregnancy, and she's going to marry this firefighter, Mitch, who her and Mitch have decided to just tell the baby that that the father is Mitch. And we get all this backstory while Barbara explains it to Delilah. So it's all sort of laid on us. But that connection to 9/11, for me at least, came out of nowhere. I didn't expect
I got like goosebumps when he dropped the newspaper and it zoomed in on September 11th, 2001.
And yeah, it was just left field for me. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was well done.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I think it was nice too, pilot, the lady who closed the door.
Oh, the gate.
Yeah, the gate lady. her name was Sophie, and his daughter was Sophie. So I thought that was like an interesting.
I missed that. I do remember
Yeah.
they zoomed in on it, but I didn't really.
Yeah, I thought that was a nice little touch.
Danny?
There.
Is that the friend's name? Maybe the friend's name was Danny.
No, I don't think
Oh.
so.
But then we go over and we get sort of the final little punch at the end, this cliffhanger for the
Yeah.
season. That we see that the
Along with
video, Barbara Morgan has had the video showing John's final message, and we zoom out and we see who's watching it is Barbara Morgan's son, and that is...
PJ, which we met last episode. We read Rome's script, and it's kind of like Rome is kind of like his mentor, and so
We saw him even this episode, he called him, check up on him, make sure
Yeah.
he's not feeling depressed.
so he's gonna maybe be a bigger part of the
I
season.
think so.
Season 2. Season 2 will be looking for answers, and Rome and PJ detectives.
Going through and starting their filming project.
Yeah, so that wraps up. It's the finale of season 1. There's been no official date as of this filming of when it's coming back, but it's looking to be around fall, which is September. So long wait.
But it's got some DVD releases on the way.
Yeah,
some
the creators.
CDs.
The creator says that there will be a DVD release the first season with some extras, and so that will hopefully keep us excited as we wait the long haul. And also there's a soundtrack on Spotify and on other streaming services of the season 1 music if you like that. Thank you so much for listening for watching our recaps and for talking about a million little things with us. We love you guys. Thank you for checking out Disney Out Loud.
And if you have any comments, leave some comments with us. We'd love to discuss things and hear things that we may have missed. And then until next season, I'm Leon.
And I'm Jerry.
And this is Disney Out Loud. Take care.
Thanks for watching Disney Out Loud. If you like what we're doing and want to see more, make sure to subscribe and like down below.